Is it time to buy altcoins? And where is Bitcoin headed after such a big run-up in the past few weeks? That's what we're going to talk about on Crypto Intel. My name is Max. Let's get started. So what I want to first do is take a look at the Bitcoin futures chart. And you can see on the monthly time frame here, Bitcoin had ended February with just a gigantic week. We haven't seen such a big jump in Bitcoin on a monthly chart since we had the parabolic run in 2020. So this is just a positive sign for Bitcoin. I cannot see that Bitcoin isn't going to take a run, at least at the all-time high, within the next few weeks. Now, we might have but if we do, as I've said before on these videos, I don't think it's going to be much more than, if we take a look at Bitcoin on spot price, let me just make this a little easier to see. And let's go down back to the daily. Again, what we see here is what we've seen in the past, where you can see Bitcoin has a run up, consolidate, run up, consolidate, run up, consolidate, run up, and we're starting to consolidate again, I think, right here. And this is probably one of the most positive signs for Bitcoin, because when Bitcoin consolidates like this after it has a nice run, that is the time when altcoins will start to run. And if we look at Total 3, which shows us where the altcoin market is going, this is all of the crypto altcoins excluding Ethereum and of course Bitcoin. You can see that we are definitely in an altcoin season. This is running up. It doesn't look like it's going to stop anytime soon. Now, let's first though take a look at what are the possibilities if we do have a short-term dip. And there's a couple of different viewpoints on this. Let's hear what Mike Novogratz has to say about it.
Talk to us about what you're seeing under the surface. I think a lot of people are watching Bitcoin go absolutely parabolic and wonder what is exactly driving the flow. Who's driving it?
Well, listen, this is probably the first time in the history of Bitcoin that we have true price discovery. And what I mean by that is this is the first time that anyone who wants to buy it has easy access to buy it. And so, right, baby boomers have $85 trillion of wealth. Their wealth is, for the most part, managed through registered investment advisors who now, at least half of them or some portion of them, can just buy the ETF.
So you see, and I think this is really a key point. The majority of wealth in America is held by baby boomers. They hold trillions of dollars, and for the most part, it's managed for them. They don't want to look at it. They just want to have the best returns. And so what's happening here with these ETFs is that it's just starting right now. There is more and more of a flood of money coming in from people who are managing accounts for baby boomers into Bitcoin. They are going to be having between 1% to 3% of their assets in a coin like Bitcoin, because it gives them such a step up in terms of their ability to make their portfolio grow. So this overall means that we are probably in a new paradigm when it comes to Bitcoin. Usually what happens, and if we look here, let me see, yes, here you can see that direct capital, going back in history, has said, Bitcoin has performed the local top in its pre-halving rally, and usually 14 to 28 days before the halving, there is a pre-halving retrace. So that is a possibility, but the difference here is that we are having such big and consistent inflows into the ETF that pre-halving retrace might be postponed or minimized. And so we have to, of course, prepare for both. You have to, in your portfolio, be ready for a 20-25% at the worst, I think, retrace of Bitcoin, which means that your altcoins will go down more maybe 30 to 40%. So, you need to have your stops in place so that you can handle that kind of retrace. But in my opinion, the chances of a retrace like that now in the next, say month are smaller than not having that. I think probabilistically what's going to happen is we're going to go sideways for a while. So that's what I think. And you can take a look here. This is very interesting. This is Plan B's, a chart on where Bitcoin is heading according to stock to flow. And you can see here, when there is the first red dot, you see here, this is back in, here, let's go here. Back in 2013, right around the halving time, the chart turns red, you have a parabolic run. Again, in 2017, the chart turns red, you have a parabolic run. Again, in 2020, chart turns red, the red dot happens, parabolic run, and we just had the red dot again. So, there's a lot of signs that are showing us that this parabolic run for Bitcoin, which we have every 4-year cycle, this one is starting quicker and may end quicker, might even be more straight up than even last time. Because what happened last time was that there was FTX, there was BlockFi, there was Celsius. There was a lot of manipulation that happened at the top of the market that caused the market to kind of level off at a top, where if those things didn't happen, I think the market would have easily went to 100,000. So we want to keep that in mind. Now, the other thing is along with the ETF idea and money coming into the ETF, there is what's called a supply crunch coming. You can see here, the Bitcoin price, according to Sunny Decree, the Bitcoin price is about to go parabolic. There's no OTC Bitcoin, and that's where these ETFs buy their Bitcoin. When they get orders in at the end of the day or the next day, they go to the OTC desk, over-the-counter desk, and that's where they buy Bitcoin. The problem is, look where it's at. It's like it's at almost nothing. So that means that they're going to have to buy on the spot. Okay, so it's gonna force the price of Bitcoin up more. So there's a lot of things that are happening. Excuse me. There's a lot of things that are happening that are going to force the price to go up. Even though we might have dips, there might be a 20% or a 30% dip in the next few months. Those dips are going to be short-lived, and those dips are probably going to be buying opportunities. So what are a couple buys that I would do right now? Let's go back to the charts here and take a look. Again, buying altcoins is a matter of looking at narratives. It's a matter of getting into the coins that have a strong showing against Bitcoin, not just on the USD chart, but on the Bitcoin chart. And a couple of trades that I would look at right now. Let's see. I think in the ETH ecosystem, one would be Injective. And just looking at the chart, I made this buy today. It's still a good buy. You can see here, let me just make this a little bit bigger. Injective has been ranging between 40 times since the beginning of the end of last year, and now it's starting to break through. You have a 1, 2, 3, 4 breakout. And so, you can put your stop right here below this low here at about 39. You can buy in here, and you can see that right here you have a 4.5 to 1 risk to reward. You can lose about 10% on this trade before you would get stopped out or do it. And the way that I measure this is when you see this is in open space here. We don't have any price history up here. So what you do is you look at the range. You get this here is the range right here. You see, you put this on top, and this could be your first take profit. All right, that's a nice return. So Injective is something that I would look at seriously right now. Again, with the idea that if Bitcoin craps the bed, these are going to go down, so you want to have your stops in place. You want to keep an eye on Bitcoin and on this one. One other one that I like is DYDX, which is a decentralized exchange for doing perpetuals. Again, it's because it's decentralized and it's DeFi. I put this under the ETH ecosystem because most of DeFi is going to be in the ETH ecosystem because it's just a more tested ecosystem than, say, Solana or some of the other ones. So again, this one here has a nice clear. Now we're a little bit ahead. I might wait till it breaks out, but you can see here, if you do it at the breakout here, you can your next target would be up here at the top, and I think, yeah. So that is here. Let's just take a look at it this way here. It's a little easier to see. You can see this is the next resistance line right here. So this DYDX, that's about a 3-to-1. Again, there's a 10% chance of loss here if you go down to the prior low here, right here, and you can go up here to the first. That would be your first take profit. This would be a nice trade to do too, DYDX. So those are a couple trades that I think might be good. We are in a kind of mixed time right now. Long term, Bitcoin looks great. There just is no chance in my mind that we aren't going to break the all-time highs, maybe even before the halving, which is around the middle of April. But short term, there could be a pullback. In prior cycles, there has been a pullback during the few months before halving, but things are looking very strong. So that's it for today. If you like the content, please give us a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.